The blue soldiers mourned the death of their general, John Shawn. He would go down in the history books as a soldier who fought against all odds for his nation. But the purples allowed little time for the blues to look back on this once great man. They had made it ashore and were now preparing for a large push inland. The blues realized that times were desperate, so they rolled out all defensive weapons that they had in their possession. Large-scale artillery units were put into place, anti-air guns were repositioned to attack oncoming infantry, and the few tanks the Blues had were crewed and ready to fight. Their leadership was in shambles, as most of the higher-ups were fighting the war on the mainland, but a few captains made sure the men were ready for the oncoming storm. The Purples themselves had their usual large-scale horde, but in addition to that, they had brought with them gray artillery pieces leased to them by the Gray Leader. They also had panzer units poised to strike alongside the infantry. The Purple General Waxman knew that the Blues would collapse if this battle was won by the Purples, so he prepared a speech to rouse the horde's morale. Ahem. My fellow Purple men, I stand before you today on the brink of greatness. These ridiculous Blues believe themselves to be the best tacticians in the world. Well, we broke through their defenses and are now storming through their territory. So who is truly greater? Us or them? Well, I think we all know the answer to that. So let us show them our superiority over them by crushing every last one of their puny soldiers. Once that has been done, I urge you all to take what you want. Consider victory to mean that the blue land is yours for the taking. Pillage their cities and towns, take their possessions, and show these blues who truly is the greatest. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and I am back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Army Men Civil War mod video. I believe this is episode 21 or 22, something like that. But regardless, the purples here are just in full swing in their attack of the blue lands over here, and they are pushing further inland. They've got quite a powerful army with them. They, of course, have the normal purple horde, which is always strong. In numbers, not so much in health and armor, but you know, they can get the job done with their numbers. Quantity over quality with them. But then they've also got some of their classic Panzer, I believe these are 4Gs, maybe is what they are? I believe. So they've got a bunch of those, and then they've also got some gray artillery units that are on lease to them. And I think these things will come in pretty handy for wiping out some of the blues. So that's the invading purples. And then the blues here have just sort of set up defenses along this sort of mining facility. I believe they thought this would be a nice tactical place. They've got defenses lining the perimeter of the facility, as well as inside the facility, which I think is going to sort of become a bit of a kill zone. So yeah, the blue forces on the outside are pretty powerful. They've got some of these anti-aircraft guns. They've got some tanks. They've got some of these howitzers. So they're well equipped for the oncoming purples. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited for this battle. Without further ado, let's get it started. I'm gonna put it into slow-mo for the beginning because there's, you know, it's a pretty long battlefield, so I'd like to get as much of it as possible. Let's go ahead and press start. Alright, so as you can see here, the purples are marching forward. Oh, and it was not long before blue fire actually came upon the purples here. The purples are responding with fire of their own, not before actually already losing a bunch of soldiers. As we can see, there's a few dead on the ground now. The panzers are moving forward and firing away quite nicely themselves. Whoa, that's too much. And the infantry is backing them up, of course. Pretty cool to see, I would say. Here they go. They have yet to fire any shells, but there we go, right as I say it, they do fire an HE shell, I believe, is what that was. This anti-aircraft gun is going to be instrumental to the... Oh no, that died as I was trying to say that sentence. I was going to say it was instrumental to the defense because it would be a good infantry killer, but sadly it is gone now, so the blues have lost that valuable weapon. It looks like these... preliminary blue defenses are crumbling pretty hard. They're just taking on the full weight of the advancing purple army. But that being said, they've done a nice job actually defending here, killing a solid number of purples in the process. Let's check out what's going on over here, and it looks like the purples over here are engaged with the enemy as well. They've taken a few losses, but the blues over here are doing phenomenally. They've hardly taken any losses. This anti-aircraft gun is still rounding off into the infantry from afar. That's good to see because I think that thing staying alive is going to be key, except it's actually targeting the Panzer, which I don't think it's going to be able to penetrate a Panzer, so I'd much rather it be targeting infantry, but like, I'm not going to interfere. A few more of the blue soldiers over here are starting to go down now, but the remainders are putting up a solid fight. I don't think this is retreatable quite yet. They've still got a solid hold on this thing, and they've got the anti-aircraft gun, which is key. Over here, as we can see, I've set up some troopers in a bit of an ambush position. So the purples are going to unknowingly try and enter into the mining pit over here, only to be hit by just tons of infantry fire. And it seems to actually be working already. Unknowingly, these purples walked into a kill zone and were chopped to bits by these guys laying in wait below them. All it really takes to take that out is just one or two finely placed grenades, but you know, the AI in this isn't too bright, so I don't know if that'll actually happen. Alright, either way, I think it's time to bump it up a notch, move it up one speed here. Panzers are going widely uncontested here, managing to move forward at a nice even pace. Some of the mining facility bits over here are getting blown to pieces. Looks like there was a nice grenade attempt over here, took out one of the troopers, but the rest are still okay, and they are still firing at the enemies above. I think the blues need to really start taking care of some of these purple tanks. I'm hearing a couple of shots bounce off of them. Most likely bazooka troopers. This one has been taken out. That's a step in the right direction. They just need to take out a few more of those bad boys. This M24 Chaffee is actually still alive, and it seems to be mainly focusing on fighting off infantry. I haven't really seen any shots at the purple tanks, which I think it should probably start firing at the purple tanks, but, you know, can't always get what you want. Here on the right side, it looks like this purple Panzer has gone down, and now it's mainly up to infantry over here on this side. The other Panzers that were on the far right over here are now moving over here. I guess that's a tactic, but the infantry is still left to try and deal with the remaining troopers over here. This bazooka trooper actually trying to take out some of these trench lines over here. Not a bad idea. Bazookas don't have to just be used against tanks, you know? They can use them against infantry to a somewhat effective degree, but these guys are doing a nice job skirmishing with the blues over here, managing to knock a few out, take some names. This M24 Chaffee's still alive. Actually, it just took a shot at one of these Panzer Gs. I don't know if it did actually get the kill. This thing was so close to rolling over the edge and managing to get a nice shot on it, but sadly it went down. And it looks like this one has its view just barely blocked by those pipes over there, so it is not going to be able to help the infantry, which is now starting to move into the mining facility. And, oh! Has this been taken down? Yeah, it has. The hatch is open. It's burning. I think it took some of the infantry that was surrounding it with them as well. These panzers that moved maybe a little too close to the blue lines have now gone down. They really should have waited for their purple infantry to come with them. Looks like the mine over here is very much so starting to falter structurally and in terms of infantry. They still have this Stuart, which is alive, but this thing can't really do much. It's good against lighter vehicles as well as infantry, but the blues aren't really known for their tanks. They usually have to rely upon the tans to help them out with the tank front, so this was all they could scrounge up. Oh my god, that just eviscerated those blue soldiers. Oof. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Purple soldiers are really gaining a lot of ground now and managing to just push the blues further and further back. Let's go into normal speed now. We were on slightly slower speed just so we could get better view of the battle. I like to do that. I think it's good. Some people don't love it, but I personally enjoy being able to see more parts of the battle. This Stuart is under some heavy, heavy fire. Structural integrity of the mine around it is beginning to go down. I think if one of these pieces were to land on top of it, it would blow up. But so far it's lucked out, and it has not yet had that happen. Trees are starting to go down over here, and it looks like these howitzers are actually still alive, which is good to see. One of them has lost a crew member, but the others are firing away nicely, which is good to see, you know. Take out some of the remaining purple infantry if it can. The purples seem to be lining the hill now, and firing downwards into it. A few of them are actually venturing within the area over here, but oh my god, that Panzer got blown to smithereens. Wow, that thing's gone. Um, but yeah, the purple infantry is starting to push further and further in, albeit slowly, but hey, at least they're doing it. Wow, there is a mass of bodies over here. Alright, let's check in on the purple artillery, and these bad boys are still firing away pretty systematically. It looks like they're gunning for the Stuart, but they're just not managing to hit it very well. Or maybe they're gunning for these things and they're in even worse shot. Who knows? But there are actually a few more over here as well. And they are also firing. I think they are gunning for the Stuart, and they're just missing horribly. Not the smartest idea. That's not what I would go for. I would go for infantry. Oh my god, the purples who are lining this cliff are just dying. Like, why you stay there, boys? I don't know. Oh my god, an artillery shell hit right here and blew an entire line of blue infantry up. That's brutal to see. Sorry about that. I've still got a little bit of a cough going from my cold. But these purples who are systematically invading this area over here are taking some losses, it seems, to blue infantry that is still in the mining facility. Not many of these blue infantrymen are still in the facility, but these guys seem to be hanging on for dear life. One bazooka man, one rifleman, and one M16 gunner. Sorry, that's a hunting rifleman. My mistake. Sorry, just muted my mic for a second to cough. I know it's probably not the most pleasant sound to hear, so I'm trying not to do it too much, but it's hard when I'm just talking continuously, and I've still got a bit of a cold and a cough, so it's, you know, it is what it is. Alright, I think we should move forward the purple artillery, because we've done that in previous battles, and it's sort of a part of the agreement. Also, repair those. Now let's see what we can do for the blues. I don't think retreat is possible for these two, but for these guys I think it is. So we're going to retreat them back to the second lines here. These three lads over here, yep, these guys should probably be removed from that situation as well. Move them back. This is a very solid line, so we don't have to move them, and this is also a very solid line. One of the howitzers has gone down. What about the two over here? What's the deal with these two? Where'd they go? Oh, they're right here. They're dead. Okay. So now the purple infantry is mainly uncontested from artillery. There's still a few units, but it's not nearly as bad as before. This M16 gunner is still alive, although his comrades have gone down. Looks like an SMG gunner for the purples is taking on like the entirety of the purple army over here. Sorry, the blue army over there. But he too has fallen. Oh no, his friend fell. He's still alive. Wow, impressive. Not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. There he is. Just balling. That's pretty cool. Reloading! Alright. Yeah. I mean, purple infantry is taking a lot of losses, but they've still got their artillery hammering away at the blues here. For the most part, they've kind of slowed down their advance. I think they're trying to be a little bit more systematic about it now. Why haven't you guys moved forward? I was trying to help you guys, but alright. Well, if you don't want to move forward, you don't want to move forward. How about you guys? There we go. These guys want to move forward. Yeah, I think they're trying to be a little bit more systematic about things. There we go. Now these guys are moving forward. That Stuart is still a major problem. I'm actually very surprised that thing's still alive. And the purple infantry is just going at it for some reason. Let's see. There is actually some purple infantry that is still sort of like lagging behind at the spawn here. So we might as well bring these guys forward. And then this tank is repaired, actually. So why aren't you moving? There we go. Alright, we'll get that moving. I don't really consider that actually helping the purples. That was more of just like helping the AI be not stupid. I would do the same for the blues if they were advancing. You know, it's little things like, you know. And I retreated the blues. There are some things that I will help with, like if the AI is just like having soldiers stand in the very back and not move forward, or you know, repairing tanks. Like, well, that was a rule for a while in this series that we all agreed upon. So Here's that, and retreating soldiers, small things, moving up artillery. Um, it's just I do it for all the factions, so I believe it to be fair. Um, all right, this battle has slowed down immensely. Oh my God, what's happening with my screen right now? Sorry about that. I mean, we still do have some blues defiantly fighting against the purples. Wow, this guy's still alive. Wow. Um, and the purples don't really seem to know what to do. What are you doing? Tank? Oh my God. The pathfinding. Oh, sorry about that. Man, I got a horrible cough. Yeah, like, why are these purple soldiers not like in the battle? Oh, now this tank is just gutting dead purple soldiers everywhere. Alright. Oh, it's actually taking some heat from that Stewart, but it just absolutely decks it right there. But it takes some fire from the howitzer back there, too. That howitzer, I do believe, could penetrate a panzer if it was close enough. But it is mainly an HE centered artillery piece, so it might not be the most effective option for actually taking out a panzer. Purple artillery is starting to target over here, trying to nail that howitzer, I believe is what it's trying to do. Alright, here we go. Purple tank actually entering into the pit now. Maybe trying to back up some of its purple soldiers, who are still, skirmishing with the enemy over here. Taking some pot shots as they go. But overall, just not doing a lot. Yeah, look at all this destruction. This has been a crazy battle so far. Both sides taking a lot of losses. And the purple tank is stuck. How do you manage to do that? Seriously? Okay, come on. Honestly, like, why would you drive through that? There's a perfectly open path right here. God. It's like, seriously? I'm trying to get this boy out of here, but it just keeps trying to go further in. Jeez Louise. Alright, there you go. Ah, no, I hit the minimap. This battle has gone into shambles. Both sides still have troopers, but I mean, the purples, honestly, this is theirs to win. They should win this. They've got 6 pieces of artillery, probably about 10-15 units of men left. Not to mention they've got an entire working tank. They should, by all means, win this, even though the blues do have more infantry. They just don't have the things to back up that infantry with to actually win this fight, I don't believe. Here's the purple tank gunning a little bit for this lad over here. Alright, let's go into fast speed because this battle's sort of getting a little bit dry. Yeah, like Alright, some purple infantry's coming forward a little bit. Looks like the purple artillery pieces are going back into firing a little bit too. Not very accurate. Purple tank is stuck again, so let's adjust. Alright, come on, purple tank. I mean, like, honestly, I don't want to be helping the purples this much, but like, the AI is not doing anything, so this battle's not going to go anywhere if I don't, Like, you have 6 artillery pieces. Use them. Don't just sit there with them. What the heck? Alright, we're calling a ground bombardment over here. We're calling a ground bombardment over here. Actually, what would make more sense is if we just retreated the blues. They don't have enough troopers to win this, so let's get the retreat going as the bombardment comes in. Hop off that artillery piece. Blues, get the heck out of there. You soldier down here, get out of there as well. Alright, as the bombardment continues, the remainder of the blue army manages to slip away into the wooded brambles over here. And the purples have won this battle, albeit poorly. They suffered heavy blue losses, and a good portion of the blue defenses managed to get away. So perhaps they live on to fight another day on the blue homeland. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. I know I'll get haters going, hey, stop controlling the units or whatever. But I mean, like, what? Did we just want to sit here and watch a bunch of AI stand still? Like, I don't know, it gets a little bit frustrating when I get so many complaints about it. But either way, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Come and subscribe if you did. I really appreciate you guys watching and supporting this series. It's very nice of you. You all rock. Yeah, thanks so much. Alright, peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.